no, but it looks like we got the thumbs up to start our journey that we call the studio tour. We're going, see you later to the theme park. See you later, theme park. About 45 minutes to an hour. By the way, my name is Jasmine. I'll be your tour guide for this time. But I cannot do this with my team. I'm an amazing driver. My name is Jose. Everyone say, hello, Jose. Amazing, fantastic voices. I have one more person to introduce. You may know him from Saturday Night Live, the host of The Tonight Show. He's my co-host for the studio tour. It's the one and only Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Jasmine.
And the greatest driver.
Jose.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Jasmine.
owes me $5.
Oh, hey.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Alright, so first you need guest assistance, have a medical emergency, jostling a value off the side of the tram, or you're having sound and video issues. Reach up and grab that red key cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I'll be bound to assist you to safe to do so. Or during the entire tour, please stay seated, keep your arms linked inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use that red cord about your hand if you need any assistance. The studio is a private property, so if you have to drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please don't smoke of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tours may feature loud noises, sudden track movements, fire effects, and maybe water effects. So you want to have your cameras out for great photo always when you don't get wet. And finally, if you're safety those around you, please do not on the board. Alright, as we're making our way down this hill on your left-hand side, you're seeing some construction for our new Fast and Furious roller coaster coming through in 2026. On your right-hand side, you're seeing some movie posters. This is our Universal timeline, a representation of a few of the thousands of films that Universal has produced in the last 100 years or so. Starting in 1914 with our first film, Damon and Pythias. But it wasn't until the 1930s that Universal received their first Academy Award for Best Picture and Best Direction for the film All Quiet on the Western Front, which is recognized as a milestone. On your right-hand side, you'll see our very own fire station. This is called Fire Station 51 to pay homage to Station 51 and the television series Emergency. But they're a real functioning fire station here to keep us safe. As we continue down this hill, these posters on your right-hand side, you'll notice the famous Universal logo on top of them. Now that logo has evolved down the years. It wasn't until the 1930s that it would appear in the beginning of the Universal film. Now the lot we're going to enter has two sections. We have our front lot and our back lot. We're about to enter our front lot that has our studio offices, our sound department, our editing department, and the majority of our 36 sound stages. One about being on your left-hand side, that's sound stage 12. It's one of our largest, most historic stages here on the lot. A lot of production facilities on stage 12, including our fast monsters, like Brendan If you were here this past summer, or night, several bloodline houses located in sound stage 12. Well, what is a sound stage? A sound stage is a large building where indoor filming takes place, and they're about 98% soundproof, so production don't have to worry too much about outside noise interrupting inside filming. And as you pass by these stages on your left-hand side, you notice the open doors that are a little creepy. You don't know what or who you might see. Some quick glimpses into the inside of the sound stage looks like. Now these large doors are called elephant doors because they're big enough for an elephant to ever be wood. But they're mainly for loading in large set pieces needed on the set. Also, the magic of using sound stages is you can control a lot of the elements. For example, if you want to see like daytime or nighttime outside, or nighttime or daytime outside, you most certainly can do that inside of a sound stage with the usage of lighting.
Yeah, of course.
Also, you can create any kind of setting that you can imagine inside of a sound stage, like Frankenstein's Lab, Dracula's Castle, Scarface's mansion from the film Scarface, the Visitor Center in Jurassic Park. All of those sets are built inside of Soundstage 12. Now on your left, you'll see a series of production vehicles. This is called Base Camp. This is where they park vehicles like trailers for the cast and crew, trailers for wardrobe. Production vehicles may carry props that are needed on set. And sometimes when a production is here filming, whether for a show or a movie, there's these multiple sound stages. Like for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron Howard. They use the majority of our sound stages, including sound stage 14 on your left-hand side. Now sound stage 14 housed Mountain Trumpet, which is the mountaintop layer where the Grinch lived. And Howard is no stranger to our life, as he also is soundstage for a team with Apollo 13. But not only are soundstage used for movies, they're also used for TV shows, and these sound stages have been home to many classic sitcoms like The Jeffersons, One Day at a Time, Who's the Boss, Martin, and Coach. But in more recent years, they've been home to The Good Place, The Mindy Project, Rutherford Falls, Universal Television's Never Have I Ever, the Netflix series starring Mike Schroeder of Christian. On your right-hand side, you'll see a couple of fun, familiar faces. You got the Minions, and that's because the production company Illumination Entertainment is here on the lot. And that's the company that has drawn us to Despicable Me, the Minions movies, the Super Mario Brothers movie, Migration, and Sing. Way over your left-hand side, you'll see another fun, familiar face. We have Ted from the Ted films and the series on Peacock. Peacock is NBC's very own streaming service. Hello, Ted. Congratulations to all your endeavors. Now, right behind Ted, we have the production bungalows. This is where our top writers, directors, and producers in town will come here to work their magic, develop their ideas, and get their scripts into shape. Now, another production company we have here in the bungalows is Mark Platt Productions. And that's the company that has brought us the film adaptation of Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Matter of fact, Wicked is nominated for Best Picture for the upcoming Academy Awards. And we have a message from the director of the film himself, John M. Chu.
Hey, Studio Tour. You're seeing a lot of behind-the-scenes movie-making magic today, showing you up close how filmmakers like me bring our dreams to the big screen. After your tour, the magic of Wicked continues at Universal Studios Hollywood, where you can experience photo ops, props, and costumes from the film, and fun bites and drinks from Shiz and Emerald City. But first, here's a look at Wicked.
Come with me to meet the wizard. I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
I think that's something to see. Wait, we see this.
On your left-hand side, you'll see stages 25 and 26. These stages look a little different from the other sound stages because there's production offices, dressing rooms in the front, and the sound stages are in the back. These stages were first used for Hairspray Live in 2016. But currently, stage 25 is being used for the show Lopez vs. Lopez, starring George Lopez and real-life daughter Maya Lopez. And stage 26 is being used for the workplace comedy called St. Dennis Medical that you can stream on Peacock. On your left-hand side, you'll get a quick glimpse into our Metropolitan sets. This is where some of our large exterior sets live for outdoor filming. This is an area where you'll find hotels, banks, theaters, restaurants, hospitals, anything you can find in a major city or small town anywhere in the world. It looks like we left the concrete jungles of our front lawn, but it's okay. We're going to enter the actual jungles of Skull Island.
It's the original called the
Alright, so remember to remain seated, arms, legs, and vehicle at all times. No fast photography. People live out your personal belongings. Physical belongings here at Skull Island. Go ahead and put on those great deep glasses.
Literally, and everyone goes, oh! That's how you know you're not a good
Using some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today, Peter Jackson and his Combat Effects designed that film out of Denmark. What Effects is a 7 Academy Award-winning visual effects team. They won recent years of good work for Avatar, Waiting the Thunder.
Studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where they're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here, you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. Here's the creation of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels,
Now, King Kong may not be a monster, but to name a few, we have Frankenstein's monster, its bride, Dracula, Wolfman, Peel-Man, and they're all featured on our monster mural on your right-hand side. It was painted by world-renowned artist Tristan Eaton, because at one time Universal was known as the Monster Making Studios, and these classic monster movies are very helpful to the studios during the Great Depression, because they were so affordable to make, and they generated a lot of revenue for the studios. And in case you're a fan of singing competitions, coming up on your left, you'll see a big B in front of Soundstage 30, and that is for The Voice Films. Now, Reba McEntire was a coach for this past season for The Voice. She's also the star of the new show Happy's Place, which films in every soundstage is on your left-hand side, 32 and 33. Now, on your left-hand side, you'll also see a body of water that we call the Hollywood Ocean, but it was also the Amazon River and the film Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Captain Gill Man, one of the on that monster mural back there. There he is in all his glory. I mentioned monsters because we're headed to an area we call Little Europe. And Little Europe is some of the stomping grounds of these classic Universal monsters. It's also one of our most versatile locations that we have here on the lot, because you can take audiences anywhere in the world. Little Europe has been Transylvania for Dracula, Egypt for the Mummy, Genovia for Disney's The Princess Diaries 2, a royal engagement. See, what we do is we have set decorators come in and production designers who take a look at the area and decide whether or not they want to add signage or take signage away, maybe paint buildings to be different colors, just to make it look like however they need it to look like. So without further ado, everyone, welcome to Little Europe, which has also been featured in the TV musical Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, starring Whitney Houston and Brandy. We also recognize Little Europe as the afterlife in The Good Place.
Now in your show started, right there. Cool. This location, afterlife. I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
It's not all I have.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
And that's The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. If you want to go to the bad place, to the railway station on your left-hand side. On your right-hand side, this open area is called the Court of Miracles. That is where angry villagers would gather in a mob state, these classic monster movies. They would gather to get rid of the monster that's wreaking havoc on their town. Monsters like Frankenstein's monster.
Get out the back. Bring all the ladies in, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. I'm ready! Go! Your position, go!
Maybe it'll So we think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, and the opera, classic films. It's just brilliant. That Frankenstein image, flathead, it's one of the great icons of the world. That to me was like the essence of the universal horror film. I was just mesmerized by it. George Karloff, Lon Chaney. I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me. They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
That's Dracula at the end there, played by Bela Lugosi. Dracula came out in 1931, and while they were filming Dracula, they filmed an English language version and a Spanish language version simultaneously. The English language version would film in the daytime, and the Spanish language version would film at night. Different actors, but they used the same sets. Until this day, the Spanish language version is also considered a classic. Bela Lugosi was also off the role in Frankenstein, but he turned it down because he was afraid that monsters' makeup would inhibit his acting, and Frankenstein didn't have any lines. So ultimately, it was Boris Karloff, who was just an extra at the time. As a direct result of the success of Frankenstein, it really took off Boris Karloff's career, making him America's #1 horror star. So you never know where a role or an opportunity may lead you. But everyone, I think we should take a little detour and hang out here at Amity Island, our little vacation hotspot that we have here on the lot. And don't you worry about that shark. That means there's no more to be found here, so we're good. But for your safety, remember to remain seated, arms and legs in your vehicle at all times. Well, our police divers are totally on it. They work 24/7, and one up their stores now for perfect timing as always. Hey, George. George is assuming that you're taking the text to the line. The red dies. Good touch, George. Seems effective. The shark is gone. Let's take out behind the screen. We're getting a nice view of everything. Let's take the beach to ourselves. I'm going to the beach to relax, book, and here's living by itself. That's probably just one of those new AI theaters that moves on their own. Very down the music. I was waiting for the rest of the day, but you know. I'm so sorry, everyone. I didn't realize it was lunchtime already for Bruce, our shark. Don't worry. He's friendly. He's modeled and named after the shark Bruce from the summer blockbuster Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg. Now, filming Jaws, that shark had a lot of mechanical issues, made it really difficult to film. So much so that the production team coined the nickname Flaws for the film. But we're going to leave Andy Island behind, rightfully so, and head to Old Mexico, where I hear there's rain in the forecast. So just remember to remain seated, arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. Now, it's not rain. We can't rely on the production behind rainfall. So have to wait. Now, use the advanced technology of sprinklers to grab the water into the air so that it's fall on the ground naturally. Light helps capture water by the rain. And thunder is added after filming in post-production. So then we tie all of those elements together and create a perfect setting for rain. and headed into the Old West. Welcome to 6 Points, where countless movies and TV westerns are made. These are some of the oldest sets that we have here on the lot, so they use in this very day. Now, we have a couple of types of sets here on our lot. We have facades and practical sets. A facade is just the front and sides of a building. We just build what the camera will see and film the outsides of those buildings. For a practical set, we're able to film on the inside of the building as well as the outside. Now, we have a couple practical sets here at 6 Points, and mostly facades surrounding us. But it's called 6 Points because at one time there were 6 streets here that all met in the middle. And each street was a town with its own saloon, bank, and sheriff station. So when a sheriff told a bad guy to get out of town, all he had to do was turn the corner. He was out of town. Now, some of these doorways may look a little smaller than other doorways, and that's on purpose. The cowboy of a western would be placed in front of a smaller doorway, so they appear bigger and more intimidating on camera. For the damsel of distress of the story would be placed in front of a bigger doorway, so they appear smaller or more vulnerable on camera. And that technique is called forced perspective, or Hollywood magic. But my co-host said he wanted to chime in here when we got to 6 Points, so let's see what he has to say.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jim and Malin. Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jim and Malin. Now look here. Not folks in the church don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
Going back to the top, yeah. We're doing the card thing now. That part.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now once you mount up and get out of town, we'll get you good.
All right. Well, I'll see you again, fella.
Or you can count on it now. Again.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
All right, everyone, we're approximately at the halfway mark of our tour, so just remember to remain seated. If you drop anything off the side of the tram, or just really need to use the restroom, hold that red cord above you to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you, but you remain seated on the tram. On your right-hand side, the sets that surround Amity Island are actually the Cabot Cove sets from the television series Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. On your left is one of our neighborhood streets that we call Elm Street. It's very convenient to film here rather than out in the actual neighborhood, because you don't have to ask anyone to relocate for the time of filming. Plus, you can control a lot of the elements like this season. If you want it to look like fall, you can just lay a bunch of leaves everywhere, or snow for winter. On your right-hand side, this house is from the musical The Best Little Whorehouse of Texas, starring Dolly Parton, where she sings I Will Always Love You. And this is a practical set, so you're able to film scenes on the inside of that house as well as the outside. Or behind it, you'll see something that kind of looks like half of a house, and that's called a tea set. It's there to give the illusion that whoever's living in the Chicken Ranch house has neighbors. And speaking of neighbors, we reached another neighborhood street on our lot that we call Colonial Street. Now, most of the houses on our lot are semi-practical, so that means you're able to film partially on the inside. Some houses even come with their own upstairs, downstairs, living room, and kitchen. And flexibility is key to a location like this, and why filmmakers choose to film here rather than out in a real neighborhood. Because you can change whatever you need on this street to fit the story. Like the street signs, light poles, everything is temporary. You can repaint the houses or change the structure of the houses when needed. Now, I know I said the street is called Colonial Street, but you may recognize it from ABC's Desperate Housewives as Wisteria Lane.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a roommate.
Speaking of good neighbors, State Farm has filmed a commercial here. And you recognize these houses from other productions. And coming up on your left, you'll see a brown house that was used for the holiday film Candy Cane Lane, starring Eddie Murphy and Tracy Ellis Ross. It's the same house that was used for a Verizon commercial last year, starring Beyonce. Coming up on your right-hand side, you'll see a yellow house that was used for the Netflix series Never Have I Ever, starring Maitri Christian. It was Davey's house. On your left, you'll see a powder blue house that's used in the series Ted. And one of my favorites is on your right-hand side, this purple house. It was 1313 Mockingbird Lane in the TV series The Munsters. Now, Universal Studios is a rental property, so that means any studio or any production company can film here. or we're gonna leave Colonial Street and head up Steven Spielberg Drive, who happens to be here to tell us a little bit about his history here at Universal Studios.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. In those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on location, but most of it was focused in those days in the 60s on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt in my own young way, I owned a lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Now, another thing that can make a film lot crowded is vehicles. When any vehicle is featured on screen, it becomes what we call a picture car. And you're about to see some of our picture car collection on both your left and right-hand side. Now, picture cars, they're more than just cars. They can be glamour trams, gyrospheres from Jurassic World. My personal favorite here is the Fry's Electronics van, the film Nope, directed by Jordan Peele. Because Fry's Electronics was an actual store that's no longer in existence. Shout out to Fry's Electronics. Vehicles are very helpful, bringing us from point A to point B. Right now, our point B is the Bates Motel. Right here, you check in, but you don't quite check out, so we'll recommend staying here. On your right-hand side, that house on top of the hill, that is the original Psycho House. Now, the Psycho House would be considered a facade because, I didn't think Norman would be here. Hey, Norman. Okay, he seems busy, which is good for us. Like I was saying, that house on top of the hill, that'd be considered a facade because it's just a shell of a building, not much going on the inside except for, okay, well, that's one way to help someone to their car. You know, maybe they prefer the trunk. You know, everyone has their preferred spot in a vehicle. Hey, Norman. So sorry to, okay, always with the knives with you, Norman. What do we talk about? Use your words, not your knives. Where are you going there, buddy? Walking pretty fast. Now you gotta get your steps in, but where are you going? Wow. Everyone. I'm so sorry. It's not how we treat our guests here usually at Universal Studios Hollywood. Don't worry, I'll give Norman 0 stars. As we get closer to the Psycho House, see if you can spot Mother upstairs in that first window. I heard that's where she likes to hang out. Allegedly. Do not tell him I told you that because he's the last person in the world I want to be with. But from one scary world to another, we are entering the War of the Worlds set in the film War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg, about alien invasion. And yes, that is a real plane on your left that was broken into several pieces and moved into place by flatbed trucks. The house on the right-hand side modeled after a real neighborhood. Steven Spielberg, you must be more obvious not to have our plane because it creates this air of mystery. And well, what happened to them? Where did they go?
They presume it to be too dangerous given the circumstances. Police aren't letting anyone into the surrounding areas and all aircraft have been grounded. On the other side of town, 3 more of these alien crafts have been spotted, destroying everything in their path. Everyone is urged to stay indoors and away from windows. Go down to your basement if you have one. The United States Army, the Air Force, and the Navy have all mobilized alongside other nations to protect the world's habitat. At this time, we are all fighting for our lives. It's an all-out war of the world. Later this evening, we are expecting the President to address the nation with updates from his visit to the UN yesterday morning. After declaring a worldwide state of emergency 2 nights ago, the President has met with leaders from Russia, China, and North Korea. For the first time in history, these nations are working together for one common goal, to protect our home, the Earth. Since the attack began...
When the film came out, Steven Spielberg put a 5-year hold on this set. That means no other production could film here until that 5-year hold was over. The reason being because one of the sets to be solely associated with his film, War of the Worlds. But after that 5-year hold was over, any production was more than welcome to film on this set. Like the television series Community, starring Joel McHale, Donald Glover. It's a really fun episode. I think it was season 2, episode 21. If I'm correct, if I'm not, don't quote me on it. It's very fun because they filmed all over the lot in that episode. But we're gonna leave that alien invasion behind to enter another one because we're gonna visit Jupiter's claim from the world of Nope to the mind of Jordan Peele. So without further ado, everyone, welcome to Jupiter's claim.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's claim. A nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky and Julie Park. Over there, look into the Wicked Lane and have your picture taken just like the kids had old night. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. To showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live. And behind this Hollywood fantasy, old rush frontier town, lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of no.
They filmed in the Santa Clarita Valley, and then they deconstructed the sets, and then reconstructed the sets to be here, a part of the studio tour. Speaking of the tour, the Tram has kind of been through a lot today. You know, the shark attacks, the alien invasions, being jostled around at Skull Island. So really quick before we end the tour, we're going to visit Sullivan to Pearshaw to make sure everything's good with the Tram. It'll be like 5-10 minute stops, and then we will wrap up the tour. But just for your safety, the furniture being seated, arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. No flash photography. People look out for your personal belongings and items on the crazy passenger.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime! Come to the left! Ready, hook him up!
No, my Mona Lisa down there stuff I'm going to. It's all good.
What about my Mona Lisa, sir?
I appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is.
Thank you all for joining us here at the World Famous Studios today.
The cops and hitting
Shout out to our
up
past
the
members. And if you'd like to become a past member,
fucking
visit
hitting
box
everything
office
with the
movie
car
card to
and
see
then
how
your
you can upgrade
reaction.
space. You get an extra annual pass. Also, if you want to purchase any NBC Universal shows or movies you may have seen on the tour, visit the website uphe.com. Don't forget about the Universal Studios Hollywood app. Lots of useful information on the app, like the park hours. We close at 6 today, so you want closes at 9. We have the wait times for attractions, mobile ordering now for certain restaurants in the theme park. I plan to come back this April and May to celebrate the best of sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, and anime at the all-new Universal Fan Fest night. Your favorite franchises every event night, all in one place. And to find out more and to purchase tickets, visit UniversalStudiosHollywood.com. And Universal's Epic Universe is opening soon on May 22nd in Orlando, Florida.
Almost flopped that one.
But thank you everyone once again for joining us here at the World Famous Studio Tour. On behalf of our driver Jose, myself, Jasmine, your tour guide, and everyone here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes experience that has now been 60 years in the making. And like they say here in Hollywood, that is a wrap. The tram doors open, please watch your step. Those 3D glasses will go into those movements on your left-hand side. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Once again, thank you so much.